Welcome back. Time for the next all-new Magic Mondays, the show where I bring you a brand new magic video on a Monday. Alright, I'm going to shuffle up the cards. Today is a trick that I got for Christmas, and I'm really excited to show this one to you, because it's a really fun trick to do, and it's got a lot of comedy in it. I hope you don't get distracted by the Christmas cards behind me back here. Alright, so that should be enough shuffling. This one is called Who Killed the King? And I'll do my full review after I perform it. Alright. Murder! I'll explain more in a moment. First, I'm going to have you shuffle up the card, or cut the cards. I just did the shuffling of them there. And normally the spectator would shuffle the cards if they were here. We'll mark where you've cut. There's been a crime committed right here, ladies and gentlemen. What's the crime? Well, it's a murder. The murder of who? The King of Hearts. Let me get to that in just a moment. We've already marked a card here. So, I first want you to take a look at this card. There's a bunch of playing cards on here. I want you to think of one, but not a king and not a queen. So, any other card that you can see the suit and the number, I want you to think of that one. So, not a king, not a queen, any that you can see the suit and the number for. Alright, not a king, not a queen. I hope you have your card in mind. Don't forget that card. Alright. There's been a murder of the King of Hearts, ladies and gentlemen. Now, most people think the King of Hearts committed suicide, and they go as far as to call him the Suicide King. Not me. The clever detective, that I am, has figured out it was a murder and not a suicide. Let me show you what I mean. Exhibit A, the King of Hearts himself. Notice that it is not a suicide because this sleeve here doesn't match this sleeve. If it was a suicide, this sleeve would look exactly like that one. But it does not. This sleeve is got a black little stripe and a red outline down here. That's Exhibit A. Exhibit B, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the other three kings. This king has no sleeves, just a hand and a sword. And the sword does not match the one that's going through the king's head. Next, Exhibit B. This one. The king has no sleeve, just a hand sticking out. And the sword does not match. And the other king. No sleeve, and the sword does not match. So that means that the kings could not have killed the King of Hearts. Who could it have been, then, that killed the King of Hearts? Ladies and gentlemen, it's one of the queens. That's right. One of the queens has killed the King of Hearts. This is Exhibit C. First, let's take a look at the queens themselves. I'm going to kind of fan out the queens here. All right, that's perfect. And notice that when I hold the queens like this, one queen is not looking at me. It's this queen. The Queen of Spades is not looking at me. Exhibit D, ladies and gentlemen, are these queens. This queen does not have a sleeve. That queen does not have a sleeve. That queen does not have a sleeve. But by George, this queen's got a sleeve. And it matches. It matches the sleeve that's going through the King of Hearts. That is holding the murder weapon. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I know, and I can go as far and I can prove to you that the Queen of Spades actually committed the murder of the King of Hearts. Do you know how I know? Because the suspect dropped one card, and one card only at the scene of the crime. Let's see what card is here. Hopefully, it's the same one that you are thinking of. Remember, you saw a card off of here. Get that card back in your mind, and could it have been the card that you cut to, and the card that's on the back of here, is the Six of Spades. The Six of Spades, the one you are thinking of. But the final piece of evidence that will put the Queen of Spades away. Remember, the card that you're thinking of is the Queen of Spades. Look on the coat of the Queen of Spades, right here, and right here. There are spades on there. Let's count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of spades. That's how I know the Queen of Spades killed the King of Hearts, and that is who killed the king. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, lock the Queen of Spades away. Alright, there we go. That is who killed the king. A really fun piece of about 5 minutes. How long was that? Actually, it's about a 6-minute magic trick, and you can get so much comedy out of this trick. My voice is getting ready to go out now after all the screaming I was doing there. I get really into it when I do this. This is a lot of fun. Okay, so the whole trick is centered around this guy, the King of Spades. And you talk about how the king's always known as the suicide king, yada, 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 and then you cleverly deduce that the Queen of Spades killed the King of Hearts. Now, this is a really fun trick for a lot of reasons, because you get some nice magic moments in there at the end when the back of the scatter card is the card that they were thinking of, and the card that they cut to, that they had a free choice to cut to, was their card. That they were thinking of as well, which is cool. And that's also nice because you can use a bunch of people in the room too. So you can use like, one person to think of the card off of here and one person to cut the card. It's a great story trick too, because you really go into the fact there's a lot of comedy built in, and the way you present the trick, the way that you use your character, yourself, to present the trick also makes it a lot of fun. Excuse me, yeah, my voice is getting ready to go out now. So, let's talk about what you get. So you get the big jumbo cards, and they are double-sided, so you get the 4 kings on one side and the 4 queens on the other. And you also get this really nice scatter card. And the scatter card's a great way of doing some of the trick for a nice big stage audience. Then you get the nice prediction on the back, which is really cool. The nice thing is people feel like they have free choices of the card that they select, which is nice. And the cool thing is nobody ever is going to suspect all this is going to happen, that the Queen of Spades killed the King of Hearts and all that. So as you start piecing this together, people in their minds, when you do the trick, are going to start saying, I never thought of it that way. Yes, yes. And they go along with you along this journey, and they start saying, yes, that's totally feasible. Yes, yes, yes. So it's a lot of fun to see the people's eyes and minds start turning like, this is actually plausible. All the stuff on the cards are matching up. So the only thing is you can do this close-up too, which the instructions say about doing it close-up. The only thing is you don't use the jumbo cards when you do it close up. You just use regular sized playing cards. But to me, it's not a very good close-up trick because you eliminate half the stuff out of the trick. You eliminate the whole revelation of the kings here. So you talk about the kings having no sleeves. That's completely eliminated. And you eliminate everything about the queen except this little revelation here. Let me get that back. Of the queens not looking at you. In a standard deck of cards, the Queen of Spades will have her head turned, just like here. The only thing is you can't do the revelation of the scatter card, which I really like this revelation, and you can't do the revelation of the 6 of Spades on the Queen's arm. You can't do that either. And I really like that revelation because on a standard deck of cards, let me get a standard, let me find my Queen of Spades here. Because on a standard deck of cards, the Queen of Spades does not have that revelation on her arm. Let me see if I can find it here. Here we go. The Queen of Spades on her arm, notice the spades, it's hard to see, but are not really spades. They're more of like a diamond or like a triangle shape instead of a spade. So I really love this trick. If you are a stage worker or a comedy magician, you're going to love this trick. Or if you're just somebody who can really play up the trick really well. It's a fun trick to do. The place that was on my Christmas list where I know my mom got this from, or my grandma, one of the two got this for me, was Magic Warehouse. I don't know if any other places sell it, but I know the Magic Warehouse sells it. And if you are a comedy magician or you like having funny routines in your show, this is going to be one that you should put straight into your show because it's going to give you a lot of funny moments. All right, that's going to do it for today's Magic Monday. My goal next Monday is to hopefully do another Magic Monday because there's still a lot more tricks that I got for Christmas that I'd like to show off. So I'm hoping on doing another Magic Monday next Monday. So join me then for another all-new Magic Monday, and I hope you enjoyed the card trick, Who Killed the King? If you'd like to see more awesome content, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. New videos are posted every day of the week. Also, check out my website and register so you can post in the forums. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, like me on Facebook, add me to your Google Plus circles, and check out my merchandise store to pick up some awesome swag. 444RR, game shows, magic, and more.